Hello and welcome to Lockdown Economy Nepal, a local edition of a social nonprofit initiative to help small businesses and self-employed professionals overcome the challenges of the pandemic. In Nepal, it is being done in collaboration with NYEF Kathmandu chapter, a membership-based nonprofit organization dedicated to create outstanding entrepreneurs, and AlterContacts, a global think tank for sustainable development based in Amsterdam. My name is Suzan Lal Manandar, host of the interview series, and I'd like to welcome everyone who joined us for this session. Today, my guest is Nikita Acharya, who is the co-founder of UG Bazaar. Hello, Nikita ji, how are you?
Hello, Susan. I'm good. Thank you for having me here. And
I'm really excited to have you here, and thank you so much for coming on this interview series. And I'm really excited to hear your insights. Today, we are going to talk about an organization that you registered right during the lockdown. So it is
yeah,
going to be a very interesting conversation about what you went through during the lockdown. So we'll get into the lockdown economy discussion in a while. Let's get started with the introduction of UZ Bazaar. So Nikita ji, please tell us what you do.
well, I'm a serial entrepreneur. My first venture was Urban Girl. I started that in 2012. My second venture is UZ Cakes. I started that in 2016. And in 2020, during the lockdown, I started my third venture, UZ Bazaar. So yeah, and that's what I have been busy, occupied right now with.
Great. And what does UZ Bazaar do?
Well, UZ Bazaar is a complete e-commerce platform and more actually, more than just e-commerce platform. So what we do is we provide an open platform for all the vendors to sell their products, third-party vendors who can sell everything, anything they want. And apart from that, not just the businesses, we have also made the platform open for um, consumers or customers who want to sell their second-hand products. And UZ Bazaar has some amazing features that you can find. Apart from buying and selling, you can also connect with other users and interact with them or send gifts to them. So you can interact, send gifts, and then connect and let each other know what you are buying or selling, let you know your reviews, and do a lot of more. So that's why we call UZ Bazaar not just an e-commerce, we call it the first social e-commerce of Nepal. So it's where all the social thing happens, where consumers can also create their quiz and fun activities. So we did that basically just to engage our customers with a lot of extra features apart from buying and selling the products.
That's great. And like you mentioned right now, you started off back in 2012, and now it is an entire e-commerce platform. You offer a lot of different products, and the brand has definitely come a long way. And like I mentioned earlier on in this interview, you established this brand right during the lockdown. So what kind of
Right.
problems did you face during the lockdown in your organization?
Um, Starting up is already a very big challenge, and starting during the lockdown period, we had some extra hassles like registration of the company itself because we had to wait for a long, long time to get our registration done because the government companies they were shut down like most of the other businesses, so we had to wait for a long period. And since we were starting new venture, it's one of the biggest challenge for any startup is to find right people in the team. So finding right people during the lockdown period was another challenge because as we we realized that most of the youths they have left the valley and went back to their home. So there were very limited people applying for the job, and really very few people who were wanting to switch their job or apply in the new one. So since we were starting a very completely different company, it was hard to find the right people in the team. But thankfully, since we already had team with us for the other brands, so we could pull off some people from there, and we could also luckily find few very good people during the lockdown. But still, it wasn't the number wasn't as per our expectation. But yeah, now things are getting more smooth.
And since you are an entire e-commerce platform, you deliver a lot of products. During the lockdown, it was very strict. There were a lot of services that were not available. So what kind of problems did you go through in the whole logistics of things, like acquiring products and then delivering them to your customers?
Well, the problem was not just the logistics in that sending the product to the customers, not just that side. The problem was during the lockdown. Our first problem was when our colleagues or teammates, they couldn't come to our office to work. So problem started from there itself, because we had to stay at home and work from home for a long period of time. And it was very hard to, since we are in e-commerce, it was also hard to board on new businesses into our business. A lot of businesses, they were shut down, and they also did not want to start anything new at that period. So for the first 1.5 month, we were just planning and just building our technical side, making ourselves more technically strong throughout that period. So that's what we had to do: stay at home and build our website and upload the existing product, or the products of the vendor we had already talked with. So, and also from the consumer's end, the demand for the products was completely different. It wasn't electronics, it wasn't any other products, clothes or shoes. It was more like daily necessities. So we also had to switch our business into featuring products that were daily essentials, like vegetables or fruits, and daily, like rice or, yeah. So basically we also had to switch as per customers demand. So logistics was very much, yeah, it was a hassle, because the price of vegetables, it changes every day, and I was very unaware of that, and so were people in my team. So managing a different kind of product in a very new kind of situation, and something we had never done before, it was a very big challenge.
And what were the challenges you faced when you had to get these products to your customers? Like you said, a lot of things were, labeled essential, and some of them were labeled
Yeah.
non-essential. So, what kind of problems did you face at that end?
Oh, well, when we started to deliver the products to our customers, even government were not sure if online businesses should open or not. So, the governmental end, people were okay that they actually wanted us to deliver. But whenever we went for delivery, um, traffic could, we had to face a lot of problem with traffic. And maybe you also saw the news where a lot of founders were taken into the custody for, yeah. So we were not given proper instruction by the government, and we were very not sure if we should be running our businesses or not, because even our delivery guys, they had to wait in, well, they were delivering the products, and if they get caught by the traffic, they had to wait for a long period of time until the instruction came from government, and it happened like almost every day. So delivering itself was a big challenge at that time, and that is the reason why we had to actually go raise our voice collectively. And a lot of e-commerce online businesses, we came together, we had to lobby with the government, and then ask for permission for us to deliver the product properly in a systematic way, so that we would not face the same kind of problem again. And also during delivery, I would say, yeah, so yeah, basically it was the major challenge, like delivering, even during odd and even number plates, I guess. Yeah, it was for 1 or 2 months, and it I think it is still, I think that rule is still
Yeah.
applicable right now
Yes.
as well. So even we are not sure what's happening right now. So yeah, yeah. It depend, a lot of things. It depended on the mood of traffic. So we had to make sure that everything was, you know, um, well properly instructed, and the communication from governmental level to traffic to every company, we were all on the same page. We had to make sure of that.
Well, you've already sort of touched upon my next question here. Starting, like you said, starting a business can already be difficult, but then doing it in a pandemic when there's a lot of restrictions can be even more difficult. So, when all these problems came into your organization, what strategies did you put in place to solve these problems?
All right. So our first challenge, as I said before, it was, our team, they couldn't get to the office because it was lockdown. So what we did was, since we are in e-commerce and very much dependent on the technology, so we had to ask our all of our staffs to stay at home and work on building. We actually launched our app as well during the lockdown, so we could work, sit at home and work. So things for IT related things, I would say it was faster than what we expected. So that I would say that was a positive part of the lockdown, because we could work our with our IT very smoothly than normal. So we had to stay back home and then work. And after we started to take things normally, then like I said earlier, the logistics was a very 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 big challenge. So we had to make build a community of e-commerce, and we actually formed an e-commerce association which is yet to be registered, but we actually could get together and we could connect with other e-commerce online businesses who had faced same problem like ours. So we had common problems, so we also needed a common solution. So for that, we raised our voice together, and then we went to government and then asked them to make the instruction very clear. So we had to get in the ground and get things done. So there was no any other option to tackle with the challenges we had to face at that time.
Great. And again, going back to lockdown and how strict it was, were there any strategies that you tried that did not work for you?
That did not work. Uh, Strategies, it was like, every e-commerce company, they were trying the same thing, because we all had to sustain. So we were all selling the same products, which was daily essentials and especially vegetables. So we also tried that. But being a bakery company, I would say I never want to do that again, because you have to be updated about the rates and all every day. And people still wanted bakery items more than vegetables from our side. So we did not also want to divert our product line from what we were selling already. So we quit selling vegetables after around a month, but at least we sold them when people wanted it. So we sold it for a month, and then we realized like this is not what we want to do. So we stopped it. But I think most of the e-commerce company, they did the same, because that wasn't the core business we were into. That was the demand of the customer. So we supplied as per the demand, and we also had to survive on the other hand. So yeah, there weren't such any other particular strategies, I would say. I think, yeah, that's it.
All right, and you mentioned your customers over there. You when you establish a brand during the pandemic, and UG Bazaar offers a lot more services. There's a lot more products on your website. So, what was the interaction with your customers like? What is about getting the word out about your company established, you're out there in the market, or what was the entire conversation was like?
Our major concern with the customers was we wanted to get them engaged. Like we wanted to keep them engaged throughout the period, even when we were not operating, because once you lose the engagement or once you lose the connection with the consumers, it can have a very long term effect. So we wanted to keep our customers as much engaged as we can. So for that, what we did was, we during the lockdown period, we tried to supply, as I mentioned earlier, we tried to supply what customers wanted. After that, when we launched UG Bazaar, we did a very good promotional campaign, which was a very which had a very good reach, I would say, because the ranking of our website also went very high, even during the lockdown period. So people loved it, and people are still loving it, and the number of customers visiting our website is increasing day by day. So I say that thing really worked, and we are providing different range of products at the best price possible at our website, and been running a lot of campaigns and promotions and discounts and offers. So yeah, that's what we have been doing.
All right, and this is your customers are definitely one side of the coin. Then the other side is your competitors. So, how different was your approach from your competitors? How did you approach the lockdown differently?
Well, during the lockdown, I'd say I'd like to repeat this again. A lot of us were selling the same products, but our website overall, it sells a lot of other products that none of the website sells. Like, we sell cake, we sell other food bakery items, we sell e-commerce products found in any other e-commerce, electronics, clothes, food, shoes, makeup items, and even automobiles. We are focusing a lot on automobiles, where you can review the recent automobiles available in the market, as well as book for the test drive. And from cake to automobiles, I think it will not be possible to find it in any other e-commerce site. So our system is built in such a way that you can find everything at our e-commerce. And we also provide same day delivery. That is one of the reasons why customers prefer us a lot. So we try to maintain the same quality, and we have been doing this so far. We have been successful in doing that, and we'll try to maintain the same.
Great. And yesterday, when we were doing a discussion about your company, we had talked about your same-day delivery being one of your best services, because that has saved a lot of people not having birthday cakes on their relative's birthday, and that is
Yeah,
great.
yeah, right.
And
A lot of people, they forget about birthdays till day before, and the same day is when they want the cake. So
yeah.
yeah.
Now, all right, talking about the situation right now, we went through 2 lockdowns, and now we're in a situation where not everything is lifted. There's still a lot of restrictions, but it is pretty much open. So, how is your organization performing right now, and where would you say UZ Bazaar is going to be at the end of the first quarter of 2021?
Well, so far, I would say Easy Bazaar is performing a very, it's doing very good, and it's doing better than my personal expectation. It's not that it was, because it was a lockdown period, but people are actually getting more habituated into online shopping. They are more comfortable with it. I have seen this market since a decade now. It's been around 8 years. I have been working in online industry in Nepal, and the growth of online transaction, it had never been of this rate that it was in 2020. So I'd say people are getting more habituated in online shopping, online transaction. They are trying to see online option to buy, purchase. So at the online e-commerce industry, it's booming. So if we are providing good service, good products, then I'm sure people will continue buying online. And our main target for 2020 is, right now our major customer base is in Nepal, in Kathmandu Valley. That's because we cannot send or ship the cakes or bakery items outside Kathmandu. So, but we do have good market for urban girl, that is the jewelry side of our business outside Kathmandu. But now, since our product range has increased, so we expect to serve not just the people inside Valley, but also outside Kathmandu, all over Nepal. So our major target for 2021 would be to market and promote not just inside Kathmandu, but also outside Kathmandu Valley. And there is a big market outside Kathmandu, and we aim to tap that market.
That's great. And you very rightly pointed out that people these days have been looking for alternative ways of purchasing their products. They're looking for online platforms,
Yeah.
services they might not have been looking for to buy online, and they're looking for online services for that now. And all right, so Nikitaji, this is my final question to you. What are the three things in your business that you need help with?
Uh, right now, right? We discussed about it. So right now, yeah. Um, Being an e-commerce company and being a company that has been self-sustained throughout all these years, 8 years. Right now, since we are into e-commerce and e-commerce business cannot grow without investment, so we are also looking for investors to invest in our business, looking for good partners, looking for not just someone with money, but with right someone who can align with our vision. So we are looking for a right partner, and we are also looking for maybe expert who can who have some expertise with online business. We can sit and talk, or we can get some insights with the expert. So yeah, that would be the major things we would be looking right now.
Great. So thank you, Nikitaji, for sharing your insights. This was a wonderful conversation. Thank you for coming on in the interview series.
Thank you, Susan, for having me. And I love talking to you and answering all your questions. It gave me a reflection of what happened during the lockdown. Thank you very much.
So before signing off, would you like to say something to our viewers?
Um, yeah, definitely, because we have just launched our website. Do go and check out ugbazaar.com. There are a lot of products. I'm sure you'll love it. So visit our website, download our app. It's available in the Play Store. So yeah, I hope you like it, and we are very much open towards any feedback or anything you want to suggest. Please let me know.
Great. Thank you again, Nikitaji. And
That's it, Susan.
that's great. And thank you to everyone who joined us for this session. If you have any
Thank you,
questions,
Ahuzu.
yes. Thank you again, Nikitaji. And everybody who's watching us, if you want to contact Nikitaji, you can find her contact in the description, or you can leave a comment in this video. I invite you to like this video, share it with your friends, and follow our page, the NYF Kathmandu Chapter Facebook page. A recording of this video will be present in the AlterContacts YouTube channel, so please subscribe to our channel. There are playlists of videos where entrepreneurs and small business owners from different parts of the world have shared us their insights. We'll have many more interviews like this in the upcoming weeks. Stay tuned, and goodbye.